Hello dears, good morning. It's me, Miss Lincy, your English teacher. Nice to meet you again. Okay, now welcome to the world of English. So, before we begin, let's ask the blessings from God the Almighty so that let His Holy Spirit enlighten us, help us, and guide us through. Dear children, today we are going to study a new chapter, the Sermon at Benares, penned down by Betty Renshaw, who was born in Shannon, Mississippi on September 3rd, 1927. She taught at the preschool level for several years. She also taught preschool education for a number of years at Mississippi College. Betty was dedicated to serving God and loving others. Now, let me introduce you to the chapter. The Sermon at Benares is the first sermon preached by Buddha after becoming enlightened. The sermon reflects Buddha's wisdom on one of the most difficult subjects, the death. It tells that death is certain for all. One who is born must die one day. No lamentation can bring him back. Those who overcome sorrow and become composed can get peace of mind. Now, let's see the life of Buddha before enlightenment. Buddha was born in North India as a prince and named Siddhartha Gautama. At 12, he went for schooling in Hindu sacred scriptures. He came back at 16 and married a beautiful princess. And they were blessed with a son and lived happily. When Gouthama was about 25, he once went for hunting. On the way, he saw a sick man, an old man, a funeral procession, and a begging monk. He was filled with sorrow. He renounced everything and went out into the world to seek enlightenment concerning the sorrows he had witnessed. Now let's see how Buddha achieved enlightenment. Buddha wandered for 7 years seeking enlightenment, then sat under a fig tree with a vow not to move from there till he achieved enlightenment. After 7 days, he achieved the enlightenment. So, he renamed the tree as Bodhi tree or wisdom tree. He then started preaching. He gave his first sermon at Benares. It reflects Buddha's wisdom on suffering. Story of Kisa Gouthami. Kisa Gouthami's only son died. She did not believe it. Carrying the dead son, she went to neighbors to get some medicine that would cure her son. People thought she had lost sense. Then a man sent her to Gouthama Buddha. She repeated her request for the medicine. Buddha asked her to procure a handful of mustard seeds from a house where no beloved one had ever died. Kisa went happily to get a handful of mustard seeds. Every house was ready, but when she told them the condition, they refused, for there was no house where some near and dear one had not died. Kisa understands the message of Buddha. Sad and depressed, she sat on the wayside and watched the lights of the city. They flickered up and were extinguished again. Understanding dawned on her mind. Our lives also flicker up and are then extinguished. She understood the message of Buddha. She had been selfish, thinking only about her own grief when all others had suffered like her. For death is common to all. Man is mortal. He can become immortal only if he surrenders his selfishness. Buddha said that life of man is short, full of troubles and pains. Man is like a ripe fruit. The fruit falls and man dies. Death is certain. One who is born must die. There is no escape from it. Man's life is like an earthen pot that breaks and meets its ends. Similarly, man dies. No lamentations can bring one's near and dear ones back. So, the wise men do not grieve because they understand it. It is the law of nature or world. To get peace of mind, one must overcome sorrow and draw out the arrow of lamentation. Children, hope you could follow me. So now it's time to wind up the session today. I request all of you to like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.